Rich Hill, the history of Arizona's most amazing gold district. You see the credit to the writers there. This is a really good book. This one happens to be autographed. I bought it at a show and one of the authors was there. But when you look at the chapters, they've got not only just history on the area, but ways to find gold there, talking about the geological history, back to the Spanish when they were in the area, the discovery and development that happened in the early days, and then the different districts that popped up. These are where areas are discovered of gold. If you don't know what districts are, you will if you're going to do any prospecting. They go into the hard rock mining, how the Depression affected it, the pioneers. These two guys discovered a lot right here when you read it. A little bit of history about the gold, the guns, all the way up to the 1970s. Metal detectors, they've got some great information on that. Rich Hill today. Then they go into a lot of different mining techniques. So this is a valuable resource. Dry washers and dry shakers techniques, metal detecting. Also being smart out in the desert. You've got the desert survival there. How you want to know more about claims and land status. You don't want to be on someone's claim. And we'll talk about that for a hot minute too in just a second. Additional hard rock mines, clubs, other resources. So that's really handy. And then when you go in the back, you've got a really nice index. So not all of these gold mining books have this. So this is a good one. There's also the resources, or all the references are all back there. So if something struck you as something very interesting, you can go find out where that was taken from. Really good book. I'm going to concentrate on a few parts of this book, but I do want to state that when you're gold mining, okay, a lot of these are old gold claims. They have not been kept up. Some of them may be active claims. Now, legally, an active claim is supposed to have proper markings. So if you don't see proper markings, you would be within your legal bounds to go and walk across that area. Of course, you can walk across any of these areas that are public lands. The only ones you can't walk across is the patent and mining claims or private property, or areas that are closed off by the government for whatever reason. But all the rest of the areas are open. And you can pick stuff up off of the ground. You can do some light prospecting, you know, like picking up samples, or maybe a little dry shaking or taking samples. All that stuff is allowed. But if someone comes along and tells you that the area is claimed, I would not argue with them about the claim. Confrontations out in the middle of the desert are not a good idea. So for most cases, I would just say, you know, if somebody says you're on their claim, just get off and go somewhere else. Have several different areas that you're going to check out. Old mines are great places. Again, you will see a white marker somewhere on that claim. It could be a very large claim, so it may not be within your view. So it does take some research in the area. Most areas that are pretty active, the claims and markers are going to be pretty visible. Respect those. Don't even, I would not go over there with any picks or shovels or anything. So on this map right here, it's on page 75, you can see the different claim tunnels. You can tell I was interested in a particular area here. I have the township and the range picked out, looking for areas to go pan, or metal detect or dry shake. The longitude and latitude of these different gold mines. So you got 16 to 1. So I had highlighted the township there. Here's another one. You've got everything you want. So if you had Google Earth, or you had a nice GPS with topographical maps, you would be able to look up the township, the range, and you could even get this latitude and longitude declinations so that you could find it. Now, I do have a video on basic map skills for prospecting and rock hounding. That might be something you want to check out. But again, this is a good page. You've got the shafts, the springs, the windmills, the creeks, the roads, cemeteries, and then how much of a mine. Here's a whopper here that was found at Devil's Nest. Here's one 2-pound tongue nugget. Wow, that was found in the year 2000. After a rainstorm or something. I mean, right now, this is gold mining time, rock hounding time for the desert. This map here is showing you the locations of placer gold in Arizona. It's the whole state. I'll pan it a little bit here. So you've got the whole state of Arizona. Got up there in the Wickenburg area and down in the south. I would, with the border crisis, I would stay the hell away from anywhere around this border area. That's a good place to get killed and be chopped up into pieces and put in a hole right now. This book, this is an old copy. You can tell it's been underneath the truck seat or something. Placer Gold Deposits of Arizona by Maureen G. Johnson. And what you have here is a wonderful publication that's going to tell you county by county the history of the placer mining and the scope. All of these different counties: Coahuila, Gila, Graham, Maricopa, Mojave. All these are hot areas for rock hounding as well as gold mining. Some of them are more gold mining, but some of them are some great rocks too, like in Maricopa and stuff like that. So look at all these different counties that you have all over the state. You see I have some that I've underlined that I'm investigating in Yuma, Castle Dome. You've got La Paz. Or anytime you can find any old books on prospecting, I would say do it. So let's just zero in on our map on one area. This map came with that book. This is inside the publication. Down here, you can see there's some information on the major districts, the production that would be greater or lesser than 10,000 ounces. So all these areas have potential. Now, let's take a look at maybe around the quartzite area, right? Very popular area. Let me see if I can just fold this and get a little closer. Okay, I'm going to go in on this. If I can go any deeper. I don't know if I can. I can't. That's as far as... All right. So let's say we want to go to the quartzite area. They've got the powwow rock hounding meeting there once a year, usually in January. They've got the Tyson Wells there in all the way through February, I believe. This is when people go to Arizona to the biggest rock, outdoor rock and mineral swap meet. Just one of the world's biggest. So let's say we want to go to quartzite. I think it is 79 or 78. So these are the areas right here. 79, Plamosa district. You're going to have different areas in there. That's going to include quartzite. So 77, 78, 79, right in here. 77, 78, 79. This is all around that quartzite area. It's going to tell you what page to go to. So you could go to one of these pages here. In, let's say, the Palomosa area is page 80. So you just go to page 80. You can see I've already done some research there. So we've got the Palomosa areas here with the coordinates for some of these different mines where the large placer activity was. The Cave Creek area, that's a good area for rock hounding as well. Talks about the dry shaking, dry washing, things like that. Now, so you go to our map here, And then I'm just going to pick this up because I can't get really close enough to get too much detail without doing it. There you go. So you can see this is basically the quartzite area. If you look above 78, you'll see it says quartzite there. And that is the center of where all the rock hounding is. So there's several areas of gold mining all around there that you can look at. And the book will have these areas. And not only that, but there's all kinds of rock hounding in this area. And I believe north of quartzite, kind of northeast, you go east a bit and then you go north, is a little town called Becky. That might be it right there. I can't really see. But that area has a lot of quartz and agate and things like that. So really a valuable resource. I mean, this is how you want to do it. Before you go on your trip, pick out several areas in this district, at least, that you want to go check out, whatever district it is, and do your research, have it all plotted out on your map, get your coordinates. You can go onto Google Earth and you can zero in and see where you're at, and go check it out and take some samples. So it is winter time, great time to start thinking about getting out into the desert. Watch out for the washes and the floods. They're very, very dangerous. And with that, this is your host Shane with Radical Rocks. Be sure to look us up on social media and like and subscribe. Until next time, remember, rockhounds don't die, they petrify.